Most of the time, we believe that putting in a lot of effort is what allows us to achieve good results. We think we have to suffer to reach our goals or give our all to get what we want. This belief has been embedded in us since childhood, that everything comes at a price. However, French culture has a different approach. It suggests that there are some goals that can only be reached indirectly by sincerely giving up the attempt to achieve them. For example, trying to impress people often has the opposite effect, as people tend to admire those who are comfortable being themselves and doing what they love without seeking attention. The French Art of Not Trying Too Hard, by Ollivier Pourriol. The beginning of anything is always the most challenging. We often ask ourselves, where do I start, and in what order should I do these tasks? But when we talk to someone, we don't ponder these questions, we speak simply and freely. The difference lies in action. For instance, if you're about to write a book, you may find yourself stuck at the beginning because you want to start with a dazzling opening. This can become a major obstacle. This happens because of two things, doubt and hesitation. René Descartes called doubt the worst of all evils, and it can be overcome by embracing freedom and not fearing mistakes. So, if you're writing a book, there's no problem in making mistakes. Grab a sheet of paper and a pen, write, and don't let the beginning and the end be barriers. Don't erase words, keep the mistakes because they are the true reference for correctness. This principle applies not only to writing but also to sports. If you play football, for instance, don't let doubt creep in about whether you're a good or bad player. Enter the field and start playing with all the joy you have. You will make mistakes, but you'll understand that mistakes are not the end, and beginnings are not as difficult as they seem. Errors can be corrected. With this in mind, the beginning should be immediate. You can't make next week the start of something you can do today. The decision in this matter should be accompanied by action. For example, don't say you'll go to the gym next week, go to the gym today, and then think about how often you should repeat this action. This doesn't mean your decisions are hasty, it means your mind will only focus on what you've done, and it will think thoroughly. This way, you'll avoid the difficulty of beginnings. Bit to remember, don't postpone any beginning in your mind, and don't let planning become an obstacle to the action itself. Among the strange syndromes in humans is the expert illusion syndrome. It makes a person believe that everything they can do easily can be done just as easily by others. However, the truth is, what is easy for you can be very challenging for someone else or may not be enjoyable at all. For example, literature professors may find reading enjoyable and easy, while accountants may find formatting a page full of scattered numbers much easier than reading a whole book. On the contrary, there's another illusion called the beginner's illusion. Some people think it's very easy to solve a complex math problem in 30 seconds just because they saw someone else do it. Or they believe that walking on a tightrope between two mountains is easy and only requires training. However, the same person might find it impossible when faced with these tasks in reality. There is one positive aspect of the beginner's illusion: beginners often succeed in reality because they don't place the difficulty of the task as a mental barrier. This is known as beginner's luck, where a beginner accomplishes a task without previous negative experiences to make them fear failure. Therefore, they succeed. But success doesn't depend solely on these illusions. It requires practice and continuous effort. The French army had an old saying, "Hard training makes for an easy battle." This book prepares you to master anything fully. To excel in your field, you need to practice and train for 10,000 hours, which is roughly 1 hour a day for 10 years. The practice should be mindful because focus takes mental effort. So, the maximum learning and practice time is 3 hours daily. Bit to remember, continuous practice and effort make you exceptional at what you do. Your body's posture is one of the key conditions for success. Your body is the instrument for achieving what you think. So, your sitting position should be comfortable for all body parts, ensuring that all joints can move freely. Regardless of what you do, sitting or standing, make sure your body feels relaxed. On a mental level, you need a different kind of relaxation, especially when interacting with people. You can compare it to waves. You can either confront them and collide or blend with them. When you blend, you can rise above and use the waves as a means of propulsion, going wherever you want. This applies to society in general. When you interact with people with a confrontational mindset and can't blend with them, you won't find mental peace. However, when you adapt to the culture and thinking of those around you, people will accept you. Even if you're learning a new language, pretending you can speak it well can help you learn faster. Everything around you is like a wave, and you need to blend with it. Work is a wave, sports are a wave, and your family is a wave. You should deal with these waves smoothly to benefit from them and achieve success. Bit to remember: take care of your body and mind's comfort to blend successfully with your surroundings. Overthinking will never solve any problem. It can actually affect your heart rate. This happens to many people when they enter an exam, a job interview, or give a speech. Excessive thinking leads to increased adrenaline levels, negatively impacting focus. To avoid this, shift your focus to your breathing, which will gradually regulate your heart rate. There are 3 more exercises that can help reduce overthinking. First, focus on a small part of something, like the tip of a pencil, for instance. The second exercise is to shift your imagination to a place or memory that brings you joy. The third exercise is to use language in an incorrect way, such as pronouncing words in a disorganized manner to clear your mind from the pressure of making everything orderly. You should also know that there are some goals you can achieve without actively wanting to. For example, if you struggle to study certain subjects because memorizing or understanding is tiring, it's because you're studying for the sole purpose of passing an exam. Instead, shift your focus to the love of exploring the subject as a way to enrich your knowledge, and then understanding becomes much easier. Bit to remember: overthinking is one of the main reasons for failure.